Every man and every woman has demons they gotta fight inside themselves. Men, they have their demon, which is their lower self. Women have their demon, which is their lower self. It's a lack of understanding. As is above, so is below. So you think, so you shall do. If it's one thing I was taught in this world by a woman that I love very much, it's how to accept who you are, how to accept who you want, how to accept what you want, how to accept peace. I couldn't accept peace. I saw the world's duality. We live in this world, but then there's forces that we don't understand that we can't control. That's because we can't control ourselves. Those forces have no power over us. We give them the power. I love my family very much, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. Because I saw the way this world goes. I saw what it was coming to. I don't like it. The state of music, movies, art. It's all disrespectful and blasphemous. It's turning our kids into zombies. It turned us into zombies. I grew up in the 70s. So I grew up during a time where life was rough. People were fighting. People were killing each other. And I saw that. I didn't understand it. Because while I was in the so-called hood and black people was fighting, the white kids were sitting maybe 10 blocks over in another neighborhood, but they were safe. They didn't have to go through none of it. They couldn't leave their block, but they didn't have to go through none of it. I don't think that we as men and women understand that we have suffered from the same garbage, just not the same way. We've suffered from the same violence. We suffer from the same sexual deviations. We suffer from the same hateful people. We suffer from the anger. I got kids that are insecure because the world has taught us what beauty is. I know what beauty is. Beauty has nothing to do with what's on the outside. Although it may be cute, although it may be attractive, what's inside is more beautiful. Your soul is the light that nobody could take away, unless if you let them. I've seen fear. I got married years ago, and I saw fear in my wife that I didn't understand. And that fear was kind of put on me in a way. Because she understood the design of men and thought that all men were the same. Some people think. I've always been a thinker. I've always cared. Always cared about this world. I've always cared about people. I especially care about black women because my mother was one. And I watched her hurt. And her hurt hurt me. Her hurt made me dislike a lot of men just like she disliked them. I've made some of the mistakes that those men have made because I was raised by those men. I was taught that this is the way things were supposed to go until I saw the pain that it caused. And so I decided that I would go a different route. Tried to put it on myself. I can't carry a cross on my back. I ain't Jesus. I'm not that strong. I feel too much. I'm too sensitive. I just want everybody to look at themselves and really realize who you are, what you're capable of, what you want. Do you want this world to stay this way? I understand we were conditioned to believe that this is what we have to take. We don't got to take it. We don't got to sit back and be quiet. We don't have to wait till another black man gets killed to speak our mind, we can speak it every day. We can say what we feel every day. We sure as hell shouldn't be out there killing each other. Because that shit is just stupid. You're taking away your brother and you don't even fucking know it. Because we don't know it's a possibility. We all related somewhere down the line. You know what I'm saying? Slave masters separated us. We don't know who our kin is. Most of us don't even know who we are. My wife taught me who I was. Because when I was a kid, I did a lot of bad things. When I met her, I had to sit down. I had to look at myself. I had to understand who I was, and I had to understand why I was the way I was. I ain't like it. So I decided to change. She didn't think I could. She gave in. And watching her give in made me give in. It made me want to quit. She gave me the reason to want to fight. My graduation plan was to go out there and show the world exactly how much hate it gave me. And I wasn't intending on putting it on my black brothers and sisters. My whole life I stayed quiet because I was afraid if I spoke what I felt, that I would be killed or hurt. I understand what the powers that be, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. I understand what it did to our mind. I understand what it did to our souls. But if there's one thing I understood my whole life is I understood God. And God told me that I was something better than that. I didn't believe it because everybody else just told me that I won't shit. Everybody else just told me I was just like my father. And in a lot of ways I was. Because I gave in. I can't give in no more. I can't sit back and just watch it no more. I want everybody to care for themselves, care for each other. We need to take care of each other. We need to love each other.